got snuck into the royal ball, simply because Nick had such a truly otherworldly aura about her, and I felt a bit like I was meeting a real-life princess.
After nearly 2 decades as one of Hollywood's most admired couples, Nicole Kidman has finally spoken out following her split from Keith Urban. What led to the end of a marriage that once seemed unbreakable? From red carpet glamour to private struggles, their story is one of love, loyalty, and the heavy toll of fame. Today, we peel back the layers of their relationship to understand how 2 stars from very different worlds fought to hold on, and where it all fell apart. The sudden silence. Nicole Kidman's first public appearance since announcing her split from Keith Urban was a moment charged with unspoken emotion. Though her words were measured, there was an unmistakable weight behind them, acknowledging a shared history fraught with both triumph and turmoil. The statement hinted at a timeline firmly set and a return no longer possible, signaling a painful but resolute closure. Fans and observers alike were left searching for answers, sensing that beneath the calm exterior lay years of struggle that would soon come to light fully. Keith's first public performance without Nicole took on an almost symbolic tone. No wedding band, no love songs dedicated to her, and altered lyrics that suggested a rewriting of their shared past. The juxtaposition between their past unity and current division made it clear that this was more than just a headline. It was a seismic shift in 2 intertwined lives. Though the world had long admired their fairy tale romance, Nicole's guarded words now unveiled the beginning of a new chapter, one marked by acceptance and hard truths. In her first public remarks after the announcement, Nicole offered only a small glimpse into her emotional state. "I'm hanging in there," she said. Her silence before this moment had kept many questions afloat, but that quiet now feels like the calm before a revealing storm. In an interview weeks before the split became public, Nicole hinted at a shift happening beneath the surface. "How many times do you have to be taught that you think you know where your life is going and then it isn't going in that direction?" The roots of this story stretch back well before their union, shaped profoundly by Nicole's own history. Nicole's complex past. Nicole, Mary Kidman, was born in Honolulu in 1967 to Australian parents temporarily abroad, and her early life was shaped by a blend of discipline, intellect, and creative retreat. Raised in Sydney, she was profoundly shy as a child, often overwhelmed by the spotlight even before she stepped into it professionally. Dance and drama became her sanctuary, allowing her to express the emotions she struggled to verbalize. By her teens, her unmistakable talent was recognized, and Australia's burgeoning film industry soon embraced her as a rising star. Years later, Nicole would openly acknowledge the gap between her glamorous public image and the more vulnerable, unadorned woman she is in private.
Most people see you as this very glamorous actress, right? And
I'm not.
In this film, you are seen in a very raw way. No makeup,
No,
naked. Did that scare you?
not really. I mean, I should say yes, but no. I mean, I think because, you know, obviously this is an hour and a half of hair and makeup. Normally, I'm walking around my house with my hair pulled back and no makeup on.
Before Keith, Nicole experienced both glamour and heartbreak in her marriage to Tom Cruise, a relationship that brought intense public scrutiny and personal challenges. The shadow of Scientology, Cruise's religion, added complexity to an already difficult dynamic, and their 2001 divorce left Nicole not only heartbroken, but also estranged from the primary custody of their 2 adopted children. This loss deeply wounded her, touching a core desire for family and stability that would later illuminate her relationship with Keith.
I lost my father, which is a devastating thing for my family and myself right now.
So much about life is about how you handle loss. And some people lean on their faith, some people lean on a spouse.
Friends have noted that this painful chapter defined much of her cautious but hopeful approach to love and motherhood thereafter. Keith's early life and battles cast long shadows over their shared path. Keith's troubled journey. Keith Lionel Urban's early years in New Zealand and Australia were marked by both musical promise and personal unrest. Raised in a household where his father balanced a convenience store with a passion for country music, Keith was introduced to the guitar at just 6 years old. Fame arrived on a rapid trajectory, but so did the chaos. Keith's breakout American debut in 1999 catapulted him to stardom. Yet this success was accompanied by struggles with alcohol and substance abuse. By the time he met Nicole in 2005, he had already been in and out of rehab, living with the constant fear that his demons would steal away all he had built. His music expressed longing and vulnerability, but behind the scenes, the fight was far more complicated. These personal battles were not hidden, but shaped the man who sought not only career heights but personal redemption. Keith's volatile history created both obstacles and touchpoints in his relationship with Nicole, whose own vulnerabilities resonated deeply with him. For all their glamour and public acclaim, their marriage was grounded in two people navigating scars: his addiction, her fears of betrayal and loss. This shared history would come to define their union's strength and its limits, as they struggled to reconcile hope with reality amid the relentless pressures of fame and personal demons. The foundation of their relationship was built amid this intense, often fragile, backdrop: their Hollywood-Nashville romance. When Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban met in 2005, the world saw a fairy tale unfold between two of Australia's brightest stars. Their initial encounter at the G-Day USA Gala marked the beginning of a connection forged not only through romance but through shared experiences of past struggle and renewal. Nicole was coming off a painful divorce and had rebuilt her career with renewed strength, while Keith was emerging as a rising Nashville star battling his own demons. Their chemistry was undeniable, yet the early stages of their relationship unfolded cautiously, with Keith initially hesitant before the spark finally ignited. As their romance blossomed, the pair quickly became inseparable, moving from private meetings to public appearances in a matter of months. Nicole described Keith as the man who brought her back to life, while Keith found in her a grounding force he had long needed.
Keith and my dad, good man, choosing to protect his family and take care of himself, but take care of his daughters and walk the walk, if that makes sense, not just talk the talk.
Their relationship seemed to bridge two worlds: Hollywood's glamour and Nashville's grit, crafting an image of resilience and mutual healing. By June 2006, just over a year after first meeting, they exchanged vows at an intimate ceremony on Sydney's Manly Peninsula, surrounded by family, friends, and stars. Even the strongest bonds face hidden strains, and beneath the surface of their love, tensions began to weave their way into daily life. Cracks beneath the surface. As years passed, the pressures of fame and individual struggles started to chip away at Nicole and Keith's seemingly solid marriage. Their demanding careers forced long periods apart, Nicole filming internationally and Keith continuously touring, testing their ability to stay connected across continents. Friends and insiders noted an increasing strain as their differing needs surfaced. Nicole sought stability and control, often driven by the painful lessons of her past, while Keith craved freedom and struggled with the weight of expectations placed upon him. Rumors of tension became more frequent throughout the 2010s, with whispers of arguments and disagreements, especially over Keith's nightlife and Nicole's rising intensity. While they publicly denied any serious problems and continued to present a united front, friends sensed a growing emotional exhaustion, particularly on Nicole's part, as she carried much of the relationship's emotional labor. Keith, meanwhile, sometimes bristled at being cast as the one needing rescue, desiring instead to be viewed as her equal rather than a project. Their dynamic became a constant negotiation between passion and weariness, love and resistance. The unfolding challenges between Nicole and Keith would ultimately set the stage for the difficult decisions they faced in recent years. The final break and aftermath. The decision to end their nearly two-decade marriage came as a shock to many, but insiders say it was the result of a slow unraveling rather than a sudden crisis. Nicole Kidman filed for divorce in late September 2005, citing irreconcilable differences after months of growing apart. While the paperwork was straightforward, it carried the weight of years of emotional strain, sacrifice, and unspoken conflict. Nicole, deeply committed to protecting her daughters Sunday Rose and Faith, sought primary residential custody with Keith, sharing joint decision-making authority, underscoring her focus on stability amid personal upheaval. Keith Urban's response was immediate and public, marked by raw emotion and subtle but telling signs of a relationship transformed. His first performance post-separation in Pennsylvania was a powerful display of vulnerability. He appeared without his wedding ring and altered lyrics in 2 signature songs, replacing tenderness with sharp criticism. One insider described her private emotional state more bluntly. "Nicole's hurt and feels betrayed. She's shocked." Behind the tabloid frenzy and fan speculation lies a more nuanced reality. 2 people shaped by past wounds who had given their all to a marriage that ultimately became unsustainable. Nicole's choice to walk away was as much an act of self-preservation as it was an acknowledgement of their differences. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's story is a poignant reminder that even the most celebrated relationships can face hidden battles. Their journey reflects resilience, vulnerability, and the difficult choices that come when love meets reality. If you found this deeper look insightful, please like the video and subscribe for more stories behind the headlines. Thanks for watching.